Greetings and salutations. My name is Michael Schwahn, and welcome to the channel. We have some more reaction content for you, and we've already actually done a reaction to Forspoken. It's a game that I'm looking forward to a lot. This game is being developed by Square Enix. It was formerly named Project Athia and is now being named Forspoken. We checked out the most recent trailer. Well, not the most recent trailer. Before this, the most recent trailer that was released for it. We got to see more about the main character and kind of the world and interactions they're in, and it just built my own personal hype up for it a lot. And I was really hoping that there would be some information about Forspoken at the Square Enix showcase at E3, and there was not, and that made me quite sad. So, but instead, there was some more information coming out about Forspoken, but connected to an AMD tech showcase, and I haven't looked into this at all. This is a completely just going into this without any information at all. This might be just completely talking about AMD stuff and nothing about Forspoken. I'm hoping otherwise, and that's why we're here. I'm hoping there's something more about Forspoken in here, even if it's a little crumb, man. That's why we're here. That's why we're here. So we're going to check it out. It is the Forspoken AMD Tech Showcase. I'm hoping that we just get to see more of the game in anything. I want anything. So let's find out what's in here. They're probably going to be talking about graphics and stuff.
Vision is to create games unlike anything experienced before. Vision is a world's latest technology with implementing cutting-edge AMD technology in the development of Forspoken is an embodiment of the purpose. With Forspoken, we are aiming to achieve the highest quality visuals.
Highest quality visuals in an open world game.
Is important for providing the best possible experience when playing Forspoken. But very precise optimization is required to achieve this. AMD Fidelity FX Super Resolution provides a significant performance boost when running Forspoken at 4K 60 FPS. FSR is an ideal upscale solution due to its compatibility with various platforms, and its extremely fast processing speed. For the development of Forspoken, we were really feeling the benefits of the low latency of FSR and the high performance that it brings. FSR implementation only took
Man, the movement in this game looks awesome.
And between our pipeline period.
Implementation only took 1 day.
Highest quality settings and native resolution rendering is undisputed. FSR integration was very easy and there were no problems even when using dynamic resolution. I believe AMD's GPU open philosophy is merging the entire gaming industry's technical standards, which in turn benefits all players. We cannot wait for players to get their hands on Forspoken and experience the next-gen graphics made possible by FSR.
Is that it? Damn. Yeah, the movement in this looks great, especially like we see this moment here where they jump up. They're sliding and they jump up. They grab off of this tree and keep moving. The shield will tank lower. Oh, yeah, no kidding, right? The brilliant, bright light that's blooming out with all the tendrils on it that put out light on their own. Yeah, that'll kill a computer or 5. But it did show us a little bit more, and it was less than I was hoping for, but I guess I can't get too excited when they're just when they're literally just advertising that they're using AMD Fidelity Super Resolution to make the game run smoothly at high resolutions, which it's really interesting the way that the like DLSS and stuff like that, how this is actually managing to give you a 4K resolution that is 60 FPS or even higher, and very rudimentary understanding, and I'm not sure if Fidelity FX Super Resolution does the same thing. I'm guessing it does, but considering he talked about dynamic resolution, stuff like that, what it does is it'll take individual sections of the screen it'll see like, okay, this section for reasons X, Y, or Z, because it's like a static part of the sky or something like that, this section would look the same if I put it into 720p as it would at 4K because of the image quality of this particular section. So we'll lower that down to 720p in just this square of the screen and leave these parts at 4K so that they have all the detail and the movement and stuff like that, but we don't have to put as many resources into this corner up here. Super rudimentary explanation of it. I'm not sure if AMD Fidelity does the same thing as DLSS, but that's how they're able to achieve this on, and you can get higher resolutions and higher frame rates at lower FPS, on lower end computers, because you just don't need as powerful a computer because you're not trying to do a blanket 4K 60 frames per second across the entire screen. Really genius technology. Power to the people that figured out how to do it, because that, even trying to explain it makes my brain go, ugh. But we did get to see a little bit more of Forspoken, and I'm pretty excited about that. This game looks really beautiful, and I'm really excited for whenever it finally gets here. I was hoping for a release date for this game, or even a release window. Like, I wanted to see, like, you know, summer 2022 at the Square Enix showcase. They didn't talk about this game at all. At all. Looks amazing, but it'll murder lower quality settings. Yeah, but things like dynamic resolution will help alleviate the burden on lower end computers, which is cool. And especially if it's able to do it very naturally and very natively, it means that it makes for a smoother development process, because you don't necessarily have to develop in mind as strongly for the variance of the technological capabilities of different computers or different systems. Because if we look at things like the problems that developers have had trying to develop for the base model PlayStation 4 versus the newest PlayStation 4 Pro, and then comparing that to the PlayStation 5, that all just creates all of these hiccups when it comes to trying to developing. And then you throw computers in there and it's like, all right, but now will your game run on a 760 Ti, or do they need a 3090 for it to even have a hope of running? And all of these things really make something that is able to dynamically change what the game needs so much easier. And if this is able to be applied across consoles as well as computers, it'll make a very large difference. And that's very, very great for everybody. And that's super exciting. We didn't get to see very much of Forspoken in here. We got to see a little bit of movement, which we saw them kind of gliding and sliding around. They kind of free jumped off of a tree, which is cool. And I'm excited for whatever that might be. If the movement is good enough, it means the game might never get stale, because you just enjoy moving around. And other than that, we got to see a very glowy shield that'll probably make, well, a bunch of people's computers go from 60 FPS to 10. But who knows? But I will ask to you watching right now, what did you think about Forspoken? And if you watched our previous reaction to Forspoken or have seen stuff about it on your own before, what are your thoughts on it? Are you interested in it? We haven't actually gotten to see very much, so I'd understand if you're still skeptical about it. And given Square Enix's track record with some recent games, I wouldn't blame you for being concerned about the quality of it. It is being made by Luminous Studios, which Luminous Studios were the people that made Final Fantasy 15, which is probably why it looks very Final Fantasy 15-esque, because they're probably kind of adapting some of those assets moving forward. This game is going to be developed, if I remember correctly, on the Unreal Engine 5, which is the new version of it. So what that might mean, who knows? But it is something that we can look forward to all the same. And it's still on my hype list. Like, I'm still wanting it. I'm still ready for it. I'm still ready to see more, get more, and I'm probably ready to give them my money. But what do you think? Please leave your thoughts down in the comments below. If you'd like to keep up the conversation somewhere else, Discord and Twitter are both great places to do so. And speaking of Discord, we have a channel dedicated to these reactions where you can put links of your own, and we'll react to them live on stream, because we stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sundays, with the reactions happening after our regularly scheduled content on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and you are most welcome to join us. There is links to everything that I just talked about down in the description below, but where you're going to get out of here. So if you do go check out one of those other YouTube videos, or if I see you in one of the live streams, thank you and enjoy.